Howdy ho, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
And I'm John Humphrey.
We're going to watch this video that's been heavily requested. Marvel Avengers Sacrifice. I believe it's a tribute video from the channel, the Garrow Studios. I'm looking forward to checking this video out. Before we do that, since this video is Marvel related, I feel like now would be the perfect time to tell you guys about Marvel Puzzle Quest, which is available on Android, iOS, and PC.
That's right, with the new year upon us and so much Marvel to look forward to, the good people at D3 Go
Thank you guys for sponsoring this video, by the way.
are bringing you even more MCU goodness with their latest update to Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Marvel Comics' fearless superheroes come together in Marvel's official and only Match 3 puzzle RPG mobile gaming experience. And guess what? It's free to download.
You know, when I download things, personally, I like them to be free.
There are over 175 of your favorite heroes and villains packed into this game, so you create your own epic dream teams.
Choose from Iron Man, Black Panther, Deadpool, Emma Frost, Venom. Recently added characters like Domino, Bishop, and Prowler.
There are 175 characters in this game, so we're not going to name them all right now, but they're the best mashups you can think of.
Either way, get ready to unleash your dream team in various puzzle events and tournaments.
Once you've got your squad in place, you can join your friends or other Marvel fans across the world as part of an ultimate alliance and compete against others across leaderboards and weekly tournaments, which offer rewards to both you and your alliance.
Marvel Puzzle Quest also features fun and engaging storylines to play through written by actual Marvel comic book writers.
Battle your way through intense plots and participate in various Marvel-inspired events.
And if you download the app using our special link, you'll get a free 3-star Spider-Man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Too good of an offer. I think we should take it away.
Yeah.
No, that's not what they want us to do, though. That's right, homies. Light up your screen with some Match 3 fun by hitting that link in the description box and downloading Marvel Puzzle Quest today. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this video. You guys are awesome. And anywho, let's look at the sacrifices the heroes have made.
Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities. Then the universe exploded into existence. The remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots. Infinity Stones.
I can still save you.
We are all dead. Can you not see?
Hear me and rejoice.
You're a destroyer, Odin. See where your power leads.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right. To fail, nonetheless.
Oh, that's right.
I ask you to what end? Dread it? Run from it? Destiny arrives all the same.
This is really well cut.
What should I say? I am. What's your name? Pretty, isn't it? Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I'm just this much more excited for Endgame now.
I know, right?
Everything I hate about myself, I told
Stone demands a sacrifice.
You should have made the sacrifice.
In order to take the stone, you must lose that which you love.
If he gets the stone after you start, it's my fault. It shouldn't be here, please.
Sacrifice really is like a running theme now.
Oh, yeah.
You could never hurt me.
Especially come Infinity War.
I just feel you. I'm sorry, little one.
Loki, I thought the world of you.
I thought that was Jeff Bridges for a second.
Fight side by side forever.
Just mix in a couple
At the end
moments
of the
there.
day, you're you, I'm me.
The sun will shine on us again. Start. I don't want to go. And if you die, start, please. That's all I want to go.
I never put that together.
Yeah.
I have lived most of my life surrounded by my enemies.
No.
I will be grateful to die
Man.
among my friends.
Twice he's had to lose Groot.
Yeah.
We're family. We leave no one behind.
In times of crisis, we must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single.
Then finish it. Because I'm with you at the end of the line.
This is like epically cut.
It's like inspiring.
It's a privilege to be alone.
He did it.
What the hell is happening?
I can't do the left, which is a proper hand. Yeah. That's just what that does. He just walks around.
Yeah. Just don't invite Thanos to your jazz night or your spoken word poetry day or anything like that, because he's going to be grooving and just decimating people left and right.
That's going to be the next fight scene. Just snap around. Not a confirmed theory. Well, we've seen several of, these like Marvel supercuts. This has got to be one of the best emotional ones. You really do go on quite a journey, because it's like, yeah, obviously the video is called Sacrifice. There's a lot of themes of sacrificing, having to do the sacrifices for the greater good. Gotta give up to go up. Laws of leadership, people. Also going into a place of understanding, the importance of death. Giving, like, there's that line they quote from the Ancient One. Death is what gives life meaning, to know your days are numbered. Your time is short. Kind of like their Marvel contracts as actors.
Definitely, yeah. We're not going to be playing these characters and making that big fat paycheck forever.
Going from that sacrifice, and then also I loved how when they transition with Black Panther's line, I think it's at the end where they're pulling the line from the end of Black Panther.
In times of crisis, we must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single.
I know they have this like giant board of how they map this out, but thematically speaking is something I don't really think about. I might think about like Easter eggs or theories, predictions, whatever, but thematically speaking, it seems like it's always just sort of been there. I don't know if it's just because this is cut super well and they've taken this right line and this right image, because I appreciate in these videos, especially when they could take a moment or two that doesn't feel as somber or poetic, but then throw it in here and then make it feel that way.
Well, yeah, they'll bring out, what might have been percolating underneath the small moment in context of one movie when put in this montage, plays up what was probably really at stake, what that scene was probably hinting at or whatever. And I like that a lot about this. I mean, I kind of agree. This is one of the most potent supercuts like this I've seen, because I think this video is really good at kind of taking like images and motifs and kind of playing them out in a linear, spacious fashion where it's just effective affecting, more than anything. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
lot about, sacrifice, obviously, but it's different bonds between these different characters who have had to fight together. Even little things like the knife and the significance of the knife that
Yeah.
he gives her, and they choose a number of moments where that comes back.
It's about also sacrifice and death bringing people together.
And what the struggle is for.
Because a
and
lot
what's
of it
on
is
the line.
intentional sacrifices in other areas. It was just a sacrifice that happened. It was just a death that occurred. Weirdly, another thing that I felt was more amplified for me from watching this one, you know how people talk about with Infinity War, like it's really Thanos' movie. Thanos is the protagonist of that film. A lot of people view it in that fashion. And I felt like it was even more amplified because of exploring the themes of Thanos throughout this video. All these heroes are constantly making sacrifices for the greater good. And then you take moments of Infinity War where Thanos is straight up talking about
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
having to make sacrifices and going, wow, Thanos really is this unique, darker mirror to who the heroes are, which makes him just the ultimate villain. I feel that even more so now because of this video.
Oh yeah, well, because he's got a version of the greater good on his mind too,
Yeah.
which is a hard ethical debate to go up against, at least, in a story context point, when you have two sets of characters who just believe the opposite thing so hard.
Yeah.
And that's also just what's scary about life and stuff. And I like that they started out this video with the whole Infinity Stones thing, the sort of kickoff point.
It's funny because I constantly forget Benicio del Toro's in the MCU.
And I completely forgot what his voice, his accent choice was for this. So I was like, whoa.
And then you go back and you're like, he's the one who really laid out what the Infinity Stones are for us. So he actually has one of the most important roles in the MCU
He's
for
quietly
the
essential.
information he's laid out for us of what's to come.
Quietly important character.
I don't know why it never hit me. I love Guardians 1. It's one of my top 5 favorite MCU films. And, I loved Infinity War. It just hit me watching this. Like, oh wow, Rocket's had to lose Groot twice. I've never pieced that together, just how much of a harrowing effect that must be on Rocket himself,
Oh yeah.
This really brought me into a mindset, a space of viewing them as real heroes, as people.
It just cuts to the themes, underneath, the true struggle. And it's inspiring in that way, because what this is basically showcasing is, just a bunch of people who care about what's good and right ostensibly, and who are willing to fight as hard as they can and use the means they've been given in pursuit of that, even from the villainy side of things. And it is potent in that way. It is very stirring emotionally.
Well, I think it's easy to get caught up in the excitement, as people sometimes call it, the Marvel humor, the fun, not realize that what makes these connective tissues so strong and what makes this franchise so strong, all these films so many years later so strong, is they always have the themes, the poetic undertones throughout from the very beginning. I never put that together with Tony talking about how
if you die, that'll be on my hands.
Yeah,
he says to Spider-Man.
and then he dies in his hands in
hands,
Infinity War. Like, wow, this is even. The more you dissect the MCU, the more you go, the thought process and how meticulously planned out it is. Like, some of this might be just by chance. I don't know if they have a board up there where they're like, here are the themes of the MCU. Either way, it's cool that it's constantly presented, because you're cutting around all the characters and they all touch on it in some fashion,
That's the sacrifices of being a hero.
Yeah.
Of any kind at all. And it's also a testament to the MCU that all this cuts together so well, because these are mostly sequences from Avengers films, but there are a couple pulled in that are from some of the other MCU stuff, and they all do just feel like one giant universe thing, you know?
And it's also cool that a lot of times in big spectacle movies, death is something you kind of become immune to in some ways, or violence. Here, you do see that the emotional toll that all this violence they have to put up with or endure or participate in does take a toll on them, which adds to the whole hero department. Like I said, it's easy to get lost in all the other surface stuff of fun and everything, which I love. The reason people can put together such great supercuts of the MCU is because they have these deeper things that are really running throughout. So yeah, I love this. I thought this was a very beautifully done video. A lot of times you see supercuts where you're like, oh man, they really had to try to hide that music in that one scene, or and I never felt that. It looked like they got the raw clips of all of them. All right, guys. Well, what is the reason you love the MCU as much as you do? or Marvel in general? Put it down below. You guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Please click that notification bell. And more importantly, make sure to hit that link in the description box and download Marvel Puzzle Quest today. Thank you guys again so much for sponsoring this video.